Hello everyone, this is Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your November 2019 mid-month general reading. We are looking at the last half of November, and this reading is for the earth sign of Virgo for the last couple of weeks of November. Welcome to everyone here, welcome newcomers and first timers, and welcome back to followers and subscribers, and thanks for all your wonderful support, feedback, comments, donations, likes, shares, and subscribe. Always welcome, always appreciated. Thank you. I don't know if my background has changed or not since I posted a couple of weeks ago. I just came back from exploring North Africa for a couple of weeks. I'm back in Eastern Europe in Poland, where I will be for a couple of more weeks before going back to my other home in California. I can't always control the background when I move around a lot, but I am pretty dedicated to getting all the videos out to you guys, so just bear walls today. Alright, so this video is for, Virgo for the last half of November. That's Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising if your Venus is in Virgo, or if you are cross-watching for a Virgo. But watch all of your other sign videos if you know them and if you can for additional clarification. As many of you know, general readings can always resonate a little differently for everyone. If any of you are interested in reaching out for a personal one-on-one reading, live or recorded, just click on the description link below for more info and contact details, and feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. That link is also provided. I can usually respond to your initial inquiry within a 24-hour period of time with more info, and scheduling is pretty good too. I do readings full-time, 5-6 days a week, sometimes more, so I'm pretty diligent at working with your schedule in mind to get readings out in as timely a fashion as possible. I would be delighted to work with you, so if you're interested, send an email and we'll go from there. Okay, Virgo, let us see what the last half of November is holding for you. All right, Virgo, we begin with the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Eight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Lovers, and from the bottom of the deck, overall energy for the last half of November is the Hanging Man. So there's some waiting that you're doing. There's some hanging back, watching, probably knowing that you don't know everything yet. Things are still unfolding, so you're making the sacrifice of kind of not getting involved or not rushing or maneuvering or assuming while you're kind of watching how things play out, which is what the Hanging Man does, and he often gets a different perspective while he's watching and waiting to see how things play out and gaining more information and perspective at the time. It can represent making a minor sacrifice now for greater gains for your good later on. We also have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a slow-moving offer, an opportunity or opportunity for change. He's the slowest of all four of the knights, who are all known for kind of rushing in and rushing out, but because he's the Knight of Pentacles, which is governed by the element of Earth, it's slower moving energy, but also guaranteed to be coming in, although it looks like you feel somewhat trapped and held hostage by what you may feel is a lack of movement, or how slowly things are moving, and feeling frustrated, I think, because some of you don't have all the information that you need or that you want to make a final significant important decision on something. Although the only thing that's actually keeping you held here is the idea that you can't free yourself, because swords is air energy, and that's all about what goes on in our heads, belief systems, ideologies, perceptions, perspectives. Nobody's keeping her down on her knees. The chains which are wrapped around her wrists aren't connected to anything or anyone. With a simple twist, she could free herself, stand up on her own 2 feet, remove the blindfold, and see in fact that while everything comes at a cost, she can move away from the situation and free herself or himself. And I feel like for many of you, this is going to be about a pretty significant or primary relationship in your life. I think for many of you, a love romance relationship. Excuse me, there may be a third-party situation for some of you, and I feel like Spirit is directly providing the opportunity for you to see the truth and reality of what is going on in a situation and the opportunity to make a change or make a significant decision that may affect a significant or primary relationship in your life. It could be choosing between two people. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is divine timing and orchestration. It's a blessing in your favor, a stroke of good luck, of good fortune, even if, you know, it doesn't often feel that way. Sometimes we have no control over, you know, the energies of God, spirit, angels, and guides. So what's clarifying the Wheel of Fortune is the Lovers, which usually represents a pretty passionate, kinetic relationship, no lack of heat here. It also can symbolize making a significant choice that's going to significantly impact a primary relationship. Sometimes it can represent needing to make a choice in a three-party situation where whether it's you choosing between two people or you know, someone that you're involved with is trying to make a decision between you and someone else. Might not be that, you know, it doesn't always represent a three-party situation, but there's definitely a divine opportunity here to make a choice about or that affects a primary relationship. And it looks like you're either waiting for more information or you're taking your time on deciding what to do, although you feel trapped in terms of being able to do anything, but in fact you actually can. Yes, everything comes at a cost, but you can free yourself from what may be a difficult or challenging situation if that's in fact what you choose to do, because Spirit is providing you with that opportunity here. Let's pull a few clarifying cards for the Eight of Swords and the Lovers. What is this about? The Seven of Swords, so some kind of concealment, deceit, or lies or deception. The Devil is right behind that. A lot of imbalance could be an addiction, toxic behavior. Addiction could be like drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, shopping, etc. Mental health issues, negative, toxic relationships. So there's some concealment about that. Perhaps you were in a relationship with someone and they have been lying to you about some toxic behavior or addictive behavior or addictions. It could be that as well. And you're seeing it come out. You're kind of waiting and watching things play out, gaining more information, maybe to see if, you know, you're right or not. Maybe somebody's been lying or concealing from you. But behind that is the Six of Swords, which is peace, healing, and restoration. So you're going to get through this, Virgo. But, you know, and I never really tell people what to do. I just present what the different paths look like so you can make as informed a choice as possible based on what I'm getting from Spirit. But I do feel like, especially with the Eight of Swords and the Six of Swords, you know, one is feeling trapped, but it's actually in your head. And the other one is about moving away to find healing. And this is a person that's moving away in a solitary way. She or he is moving away from the source of the chaos, conflict, the choppy waters by herself or himself, and moving towards the other shore where they're more solid, stable, and secure. So you may be contemplating leaving a relationship. Perhaps you found out about a third-party relationship or some addictive behaviors around that. I mean, it's a general reading, so the details and specifics are going to vary, but the energy fundamentally remains the same here. So let's pull one final guidance. But here's what is clear. Spirit is providing you with an opportunity for change. And with that Six of Swords, there's kind of a strong implication that there needs to be a moving away, an ending of perhaps a relationship, or at least a break or a separation in order to begin to move through the healing process, whether it involves reconciliation or not. That's really what I'm getting. So let's pull one final advice and guidance card from Spirit to help best navigate through this time, because it's a fairly short period of time too, just a couple of weeks. So let's get one final guidance advice card from Spirit. The Hermit. So this is about withdrawal. Maybe permanent, maybe not. It's going to vary because there's so many of you watching. But the Hermit, why do hermits do what they do? Hermits, monks, monastics. They withdraw from the perhaps situation, the conflict, the day-to-day distractions of our day-to-day normal world. Why do they do that? They do that in order to go to a quiet place so that they can hear their inner voice, hear God's voice, their angels, guides, to gain clarity, wisdom, insight, contemplate, meditation, reflection. This is a card about perhaps spending more time on your own, but not just being alone or lonely. This is a card about withdrawing so that you can think about things, so that you can gain some insight, feedback, guidance, enlightenment, so that can help you move forward and through and away from this, which is symbolized by the light this aged man is using to guide his way through this narrow path, through this precipice. And that light is symbolic of knowledge, wisdom, life experience. So I really feel, Virgo, like Spirit is, there's a strong implication here that Spirit is saying you need to kind of remove yourself. Whether or not that removal is permanent or not, it looks like there's been some deceit going on, but there's a potential for healing and change. For some of you, you might be on the other side of this story. It could be that you had some addiction problems or some kind of issues with toxic behavior that you were hiding, and you may be waiting for a decision from your mate or primary partner or something of that sort as well. Perhaps you were hiding, other things as well. There is an opportunity for healing here, but it's going to have to be at least for a time on a rather solitary path so that you can gain more wisdom, insight, and clarity without being distracted by other people and just kind of the general minutia of life, if you can do that. That's what Spirit is kind of showing here. So Virgo, that is your reading for the last half of November 2019. I hope that you found it useful or that it gave you some food for thought. If this reading resonated for you, or if any of the readings do, and you would be interested in reaching out for a personal reading, just click on the description link below for more info and contact details. Email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I offer a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, and I'd be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the December 2019 general readings. Until then, I wish you all love, blessings, and peace in your life. And for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, have a wonderful and happy and safe Thanksgiving. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.